What's up? This is me, post-production. So I was going back to edit some of the audio, and then I noticed like how weird and awkward it sounds, which I didn't notice when I was recording. But clearly this is my first video. I don't really know what I'm doing yet, and I didn't know how to behave in front of the mic. It gets a little bit better the further you get through the video. It's still not perfect, but whatever comes next is gonna be better, I swear. And yeah, I hope that doesn't dissuade anybody from sticking around. Whatever comes next is gonna be a lot better than this. This is rough, and I'll admit it. So no need to blaze me in the comments or anything. If anybody's even here, or still here, I don't know. But there's just a fair warning there. And like, I thought about re-recording it, but I've been trying to edit this for months. And I know if I don't post it now, I'm probably never going to, so I just need to get it out there. Apologies in advance. So, officially starting off, Halo Reach is a game. Yep. And it can be best described with two words. Cool? Or depressing? And anywhere in between.
How about you?
One of the coolest things in any of the Halo games, it's a big shocker, I know, but you get to play as the Spartan you decide to build yourself as. Which honestly is still one of my favorite mechanics in any Halo game. It's so sweet seeing like yourself in the cutscenes and everything. After my long rant about that, I'm basically just default armor. I'm cosplaying as Noble 6 apparently.
Contact with Visegrad Relay was lost last night. All signals flatlined at 2600 hours. I responded with trooper fire teams, which have since been declared MIA.
And now you're sending us.
The Office of Naval Intelligence believes deployment of a Spartan team is rose. I disagree.
Commander.
So that's our new number 6.
Cat, you read his file?
Only the parts that weren't covered in black ink.
Lieutenant.
Commander, sir.
I'm Carter, Noble Team's leader. That's Kat, Noble 2, Emil and George 4 and 5. You're riding with me, Noble 6. Not gonna lie to you, Lieutenant. You're stepping into some shoes the rest of the squad would rather leave unfilled.
Why?
Me,
Yeah, that's fair.
Noble back up to full strength. Just one thing. I've seen your file. Even the parts the Oni sensors didn't want me to. I'm glad to have your skill set. But we're a team. That lone wolf stuff stays behind. Clear?
Fair warning real quick. I thought about it. I don't think I can cut out any of the necessary cutscenes. So apologies for how long this video is going to be. But that's the price of good storytelling, I guess. It feels criminal to take them out.
Listen up, Noble Team. We're looking at a down relay outpost 50 clicks from Visegrad. We're going to introduce ourselves to whoever took it out, and then Kat's going to get it back online.
Get me under the hood, Commander.
So why would rebels want to cut off Reach from the rest of the colonies?
You get a chance, maybe you can ask him, George.
So in a nutshell, that conversation was Carter telling us that they think humans are trying to take over this relay outpost. Emil says this.
I'm lonely already.
And they send 6 Spartans to take care of some humans, which I always thought was like crazy. Like crazy. I know in the lore that's what Spartans were made for, which is also crazy. But sometimes things just work out.
Down attempts are likely, so keep your distance.
Yes, sir.
So I have some stuff to say about these early game Falcon rides a little bit later. But this is top 2 of the most awkward rides in the game. Look at this. They're not even looking. They're not saying anything. It's just weird, man. It's just weird.
Could be the missing troopers. Let's check it out. Put us down on the bluff. June, I want your eyes in the sky.
Sir.
Let's go, 6. All right, noble team.
So as
Spread
soon
out.
as the game really starts, I'm already kind of breaking the rules. I disregard the thing we're here to check out, and I remember that invisible elite that's running around up here, and I really want to get him, so I just book it straight over toward him. Now, it's one thing to break the rules if it works, but this didn't even work. I didn't get the elite, and I nailed that bird. When I was younger, I would always go out of my way to not hit these birds, so hitting this guy was just like a blow to me. It was just a blow to my ego. But moving on from my own issues, we go through this blown up house to get to this non-blown up house where some farmers live, and Emil just starts doing Emil stuff immediately.
On your knees, now.
Classic Emil.
They're farmers.
So we listen to these guys talk about something in the field taking his kid last night, and then Carter's all like, ooh, something. And then June sees something in the building east of us. Don't get used to that. June doesn't do a whole lot. So after we get into the next building, I feel like I find this a lot funnier than it's supposed to be.
Damn.
That just gets me.
2 of the missing troopers. Watch your motion trackers. What the hell was that? June, you see anything?
Negative. Thermal's clean.
So I think Noble Team has to be like pulling pranks on each other by not mentioning this stuff, because there's no way June should not be seeing that guy, and there is no reason I should be doing this without saying anything about it either. The whole team is just gaslighting each other, I swear.
Boss, I see movement outside your structure.
Noble 2, move up to the left. We're about to be flanked.
So the mission's getting a little weird. We were supposed to be dealing with humans, and I don't know if you can tell, but these are aliens, actually. These are not humans, so it's actually really good. It's really good that they sent a full team of Spartans, thinking it was people. So there were some more weirdos in the basement I dealt with. I come outside and immediately almost get packed up by 2 grunts. I'm really happy that didn't happen, because I would have had to restart, because there's no way I'm letting you guys see that happen. It'll probably happen at some point later though. Thankfully it didn't right there. That would have been a really bad first death. Almost get crushed by some Banshee stuff. Move to the other side of the bridge and take care of these guys. So this is our first predicament through the game. I forgot to mention it earlier, but I'm not allowed to use the plasma pistol, which means that dealing with the elites in this game is going to be ass. It's going to be so bad, dude. I don't want to just zap things and then bonk it on the head every time. I want to, like, suffer through this the way you're supposed to. But when you run out of pistol ammo and you're just left with the assault rifle against the elites, what do? You know? What are you supposed to do in Reach? Reach's elites are already so bad. Here's what you do, though. You hide behind George. That's what you do. That's all you can do. So, yeah, Noble 6, the hyper-lethal Spartan that he is, after hiding behind his teammates and running away from conflict, realizes this is going to be a bad time. This is going to be a bad time playing through this game at this rate. But it needs to be done. So we hop in this truck. I sit here, honk, wait for these guys to finally get in, and we take off. So we show up to our first stop. I hit this tree and I think I'm about to die. So at first, my plan was to, like, you know, do everything we were supposed to do, you know, like just do the objectives. Pretty quickly, I realized at this part, my new objective is to just get any sort of precision weapon, so I don't have to rely on the assault rifle, because this thing takes like a full magazine to kill a grunt. Like, if you throw me against an elite with this thing, be careful what you wish for though, because now I'm face to face with an elite. So that's fun. And recently I've been playing a lot of like Firefight and Infinite. So right here I was like, I don't even know what I was trying to do, but I zoom in and then I melee. Like the control difference was just getting me. But that guy, that needle rifle, I want that needle rifle bad. But I know I can't just run out there and grab it because I'll get like absolutely smoked. But again, you just hide behind George. That's all you gotta do. Just wait for George. And then, did you know you could shoot through these windows? I never knew that. I didn't expect it to actually hit him. So then same thing, I run across a pistol, drop the assault rifle, pick that up. Now I'm happy. I got a pistol and a needle rifle. So head back to the truck, wait for George to finally get over here. And we're off to our next stop. So interaction-wise, nothing really notable to report here. Just kind of shoot at some grunts and elites and stuff, just classic Halo things. But toward the end, what June says, super concerning. Really weird. So here's my thing, right? Here's that picture of that alien that June just missed earlier somehow. My theory here is that June is at best just a sociopath and at worst actively working with the Covenant. Because everybody, we're all familiar with the whole, like, Emil's a war criminal thing, right? But June might honestly be worse than him. Because, like, Emil taking pleasure in his enemies getting hurt and dying and stuff is one thing. But June, I'm pretty sure, is up there just watching other Marines getting attacked right now. Because we get this distress call where these Marines are like, help, aliens are here, help. And then June's like, nah, man, we got more important stuff to be doing. And then Carter's like, June, what the hell was that? Like, don't act like that. Like, if you see anything weird, let us know. And then immediately afterward, June is like, oh yeah, there's some guys over there getting attacked right now. Like, he was just up there watching it, straight-faced, having fun. He didn't care. It's really strange.
Boss, we're picking up a distress signal.
Mayday, 3 Charlie 6. Does anyone read? We were attacked by Covenant forces. The Covenant is on reach. I repeat, the Covenant is on reach.
The troopers?
Let's move, 6.
We gotta find the source of that distress call. No disrespect, but don't we have more important things to do than round up strays?
We don't leave people behind. You see those troopers, you let me know.
Noble leader, I'm seeing possible friendly forces under attack, south of your position. Over.
We're under attack. I repeat, Mayday, Mayday, 3 Charlie 6. We are under attack by the Covenant. I got wounded. Cannot hold this position.
We need to find those troopers now.
So I timed it. After Carter finishes his sentence, it takes June about 1.8 seconds to respond with the location of these guys. Like, isn't that suspicious? Aside from June, though, I have a DMR now, so that's cool. I'm excited about that. So I head up to the roof, hoping it'll go well, and it doesn't go too well. The elites in this game are just broken. So this dude almost, like, yeah, like immediately. But then I come downstairs, head in here, and I see this truck. And I get probably the worst decision I make through this whole level. Hop in there, go out, you know, once I finally get down. Head out, try and run some people over, and just drive into a grenade that wasn't even meant for me. It's great. Oh, I found a shotgun earlier too. I don't remember where. It was in one of the buildings earlier. I forget where I got it from. I think it was when I was like at the place where I was talking about June being crazy.
We're clear.
So if you guys remember like 10 minutes ago, that first Falcon ride where I was like, oh, this is one of the 2 most awkward ones, this is the other one. I really want to go back and get the same moment without the music so we can get the full feel of what it was actually like. But like, just check out how strange this is. It's so weird.
Okay, we're en route to your location.
Approaching the comm outpost.
Drop us in the courtyard.
LZ's a little hot, sir.
Put her down, pilot. 6, breaks over.
So yeah, that was like 30 seconds of silence. Really awkward, but I guess it makes sense off of what Carter was saying earlier. Like, the rest of the team isn't really too keen on me being there. But then I immediately die. And then I have to sit through it again. This time I just decided to keep my distance because I'm not dying to more grunts and jackals. So I just kind of sit back here, wait for them to do their work, do a little bit of mine, head in here and grab a DMR. Unfortunately, I went back outside and this happens. This one is just so easily preventable that it's sad. I'm up here with the DMR with grunts and stuff, so that makes sense. Then I notice the spirit pull up, reload the DMR, pull out the shotgun, waiting for the elite to come down. Get distracted by these guys, pull out the DMR, there he is. I just had the shotgun out. If only I would have just kept it out, right? Call me lame, you know? This time, I'm just hanging out in here with Kat while she works on this thing. I'm just chilling in here. Kat eventually gets the door to start closing, so now we're all just falling back into the facility. And I'm just standing back here, so I'm like, hey, how about I lend a helping hand, right? So I come over here, immediately just get blasted by a phantom. See how close I was to dying right there?
We're operational.
So we head inside here. I fumble around trying to find the control for my night vision for a second.
Control room. Go easy.
Got it.
Number 6.
And then
Search that body.
I search that body.
Where's the rest of your unit?
We got split. I don't think they... It sounded bad on the comms.
All right, Corporal. Stay put. We'll get you a combat surgeon.
Damn. Plasma damage.
Found something.
I'll take that, 6. Not your domain.
I got a live one over here.
George is such a polite guy, though. She's like over here punching him, and then he picks her up like it's nothing, and then talks to her like a child having a tantrum.
We're not gonna hurt you.
George.
I got her. Keep still, and I'll release you.
What's the status? Over!
We've been engaged! Bad guy coming out!
That Tango Blue past. Permission to pursue.
-4, stay on the entrance. 2, handle her. 5 and 6, clear the hole.
So a couple things about that cutscene just now. Emil not coming back here is dumb for a few reasons. First off, he's the close quarters guy. This is where he exists. He has a shotgun. That would be so helpful in this room. Look where we are. Like a tunnel warehouse place. Like, that's perfect for him. Second, I think that cutscene is probably the most pivotal in the game as far as Reach itself is concerned, because it really just kind of solidifies the start of the end. Like, had Carter let Emil come back here, I don't think Emil would have let any of these guys slide. He would have not let any of these elites get away. And if there weren't zealots through the rest of the game, so many of the problems that we have later on would never have happened. Cheap shot, but I'm going to blame the concussion rifle here. So after coming back, we make it to this back part, and George is just taking it like a champ. This dude is just eating it. I spent a little too much time just sitting here watching him. When I was done, I came over to help him out. So I got that guy pretty easily. This guy was a struggle. I don't know why. Using the wrong controls again. But check out the health bar right here. Is that weird? I've never seen it fully empty like that. I feel like I should have died. This part, I'll let it just play out. I'll speed it up a bit to not waste your time, but I know that the sword elite's up here, and I am not equipped for that. George, once again, is a great shield. So I pick up this sword for the aesthetics, but I really don't think I'm going to be able to make it close enough. Thankfully, I'm actually able to, though. So that paid off.
Cat needs you to reset a junction. Do it, get back here.
How long?
Question of my life. If the question is, when will the station be back online? 2 weeks, earliest. This is plasma damage. All major uplink components are fried.
2 minutes is too long.
Which is why I'm splicing into the main overland bundle to get you a direct line to Colonel Holland. You're in my light, Commander.
Find out what she knows.
What's your name? Do you live around here? Arnevim George.
Shada.
Shada. C'est Potoroznet. Your accent sounds familiar. Shopron?
Tangari.
Friend of yours?
Father.
Sha'ainalom. I'm sorry.
Why would you be?
Big man forgets what he is sometimes.
She just lost her father. She needs a full psychiatric workup.
She's not the only one.
Lock it down, both of you. Get her on her feet. The body stays here.
Thank you, sir.
Signal. It's patchy, but it's there.
I'll take it.
Let's not touch anything. You wouldn't want to ground this place.
Carter the dog.
Barely getting you. What's your situation? Over?
Colonel, this is Noble One. There are no rebels. The Covenant are on Reach. Acknowledge?
Come again, Noble One? Did you say Covenant?
Affirmative. It's the winter contingency.
May God help us all.
So winter contingency is good. The story is really good. It sets the stage early on, but also kind of, it shows you the writing on the wall for the rest of the game. As far as, like, difficulty goes, on a scale from easy to hard, I'm gonna give it a solid, not bad. It was worse when I first played it, but now after playing through the rest of the game, I can solidly say it's not that bad. And I only had, like, 6 deaths. I don't think that happens again. Oni sword base. So this mission's pretty straightforward. We're getting sent to Oni sword base to fend off the Covenant invasion. I've always wondered though how long after winter contingency this is though, because this attack seems like it's been going on for a hot minute. But Colonel Holland didn't know the Covenant were on Reach till the end of the last mission. I went back, I couldn't find a date and a time on winter contingency, so this might be like a week later. I don't really know, but that's always thrown me off. Like, he didn't know, but this is going on. Anyways, I'm pretty sure the scene right here, that firefight, is rendered in engine, so every time you see it, it's a different scene. So that's kind of sweet. That's kind of cool. That's a cool mechanic right there. But take that with a grain of salt. I'm not 100% sure.
Cat, 6, push back the attack on Sword Base. Find out what we're dealing with.
Roger that. Where you strike team?
In position.
Spartans, hostiles north.
Let's knock some heads, Lieutenant.
I know there's an elite up here, so I start looking for him because I don't want him to just pounce on me. I'm frightened. Cat almost gets me killed right here. She just blocks me in. Thanks, Cat. Love it. And then just come over here, grab some ammo, and just keep going. And everything's going pretty good until I make a run for the sniper over here. And that's just sad. That's really unfortunate. So when we get back, I realize this guy had a shotgun, so I take that from him. Almost get killed right here. Deal with that, somehow survive, surprised, and then finally make it over to the sniper. Making some real progress now. So the thing right now, you know, usually in games, like no matter the difficulty, shotguns and sniper rifles, like just maintain like a status, like they're always helpful. The sniper in Reach kind of blows, honestly. Either these elites are just way too strong, or the sniper is just like laughably ass. I can't tell you, because these guys are just eating like 3 headshots in a row. It's terrible. I ran out of ammo, and I only got like 3 elites down. That's crazy. But thankfully the jackals aren't that strong, so pretty easily deal with these guys, and then just kind of keep moving. And then just run into some of their like feathered cousins or something. I don't know.
Head for the main gate to the east. I'll brief you as you go. Limited, but we'll prioritize whatever you need, ma'am.
3 Echo 5-7, headed back to base. We got enemy tangles on our 6. How copy?
Now here is the first loop I find myself in. A part of the game that I just cannot figure out. I don't know if it's because I was trying to like steal a wraith the first few times, and then I just got really unlucky after that, but it just wasn't working for me. That being said, here's a section I like to call Spark Notes, where I give you a quick rundown on every single death. So me and Kat actually both get an honorable mention for this one. It's good that happened though, because I never knew there was a rocket launcher up here. So I pick that bad boy up and I head off to work, you know? And what do you know, I use it wrong, so I don't take down either wraith with it. It's incredible. But for all of us to save some time here, we end up getting this guy, and then we get this guy. And finally, after 7 extra deaths, we can get on to the next part of the mission. So if you know anything about Halo Reach, you know Kat's driving is abysmal. So of course, I decided to hop into the gunner seat and let her drive. But the weirdest thing is we don't even get Kat. We get this random dude. We get friggin' Dave from accounting out here. So here's how this part goes at 350% speed for you. Thanks, Dave. So I let Dave drive again, and it goes just about the same up till here. I hop out, and a concussion rifle makes sure it ruins my day. This time, that the big plasma gun, the you know, the one that like launches the plasma grenades. Yep. This time a grunt makes history. After realizing my survival's not in my hands and that it's in Dave's, I decided to hop out of the Warthog. It was a good thing too, because like 2 seconds later we watched Dave just get atomized. Rest in peace, Dave. So I made it back here, but I didn't plan what to do next. Like, there's these 2 elites in here, and just with my DMR in such tight quarters, like, I'm not confident in myself here. So I do my best to lure them outside, get one of them, and if Cat would have been here like 2 seconds earlier, maybe we could have pulled this off. So we go for the same tactic again, make it back underneath the building and just hope it goes different this time. So I mess around down here for a little while, but then I have a genius idea. If I just walk around the side and hop up onto the staircase, I could just walk up top until he just shows up and just spots me immediately, so I'm back where I started. This is probably the most unfortunate thing in the whole video right here. We try again. So next time it actually works. Same plan, but I'm actually able to take these guys out. So big step forward there. So I doubted myself a few times during this part, but we finally make it up to the roof for this little impromptu boss battle. And I almost die. I almost die right there. That's what I was trying to say. So after fumbling around over here for the last like, what, 6-7 lives, probably like 20-30 minutes real time, we finally get a checkpoint. We finally get the gun going, and the checkpoint's great because this guy would have horrified me if we didn't get it. Yep, I cut this next part down because I just kind of hide in the building for a while, but I hit some nasty yardage on this ghost toward the end, and then they just drop off a new Warthog for us. So I hop in the gun again because I still want Cat to drive, but the AI never ceases to amaze me, because instead of Dave, now we have Chuck from HR, and he just decides to leave Cat. That didn't work for me or Chuck. So this happens a few times. We get Cat, we die. We get Cat, we die. We get Cat, and then I decide to hop out of the Warthog and just take care of these guys before we try and drive through. That seems to do the trick, because this time we actually make it. Chuck doesn't, though. Rest in peace, Chuck. So we get to this next place. I almost die on arrival. It's a common trend, I guess. Hit the switch, deal with these guys. So I dealt with those guys. I cut it. Nothing interesting happened, really. But Cat's just still chilling in the Warthog that whole time. And then we have the automated concussion rifle. My nightmare has come to life. We got this guy here. So this is what I've been saving it for. This is what I've been saving the target locator for. You've probably been wondering. That's why. So while I'm up here shooting at these guys, I assume Cat's behind me, like watching my back, right? She's not. She's driving around, and then this dude just jump scares me. So I'm left with like no other option. I'm about to die, so I just go scorched earth. If I'm going, he's coming with me. It doesn't matter. Coming back from that, things go a lot better because I know what to expect that time, so I'm actually able to make it over to the other building. There's just a few skirmishers, nothing crazy. I'm able to make it upstairs, and I'm able to hit that switch, which means we're getting another Warthog dropped off for us. The past couple times where I've wanted Cat to drive just so Cat's driving, that's not the case here. I want Cat to drive so that I can use that Gauss turret, that sweet, sweet Gauss turret. Guess what? Cat's not here. We got Hank from maintenance. So Hank leaves Cat, then he has a really bad time, and then that makes me have a really bad time. So after that, I shoot at this elite with the Gauss turret, and he just takes it, which is really impressive because the Gauss turret shoots a projectile that's about 1 inch in diameter and 5 inches long, which isn't too crazy until you know that it's going slightly under Mach 40, Mach 40 is 30,690.8 miles an hour, and that dude just caught it like a wide receiver. Anyways, I decided to drive after that, and I just drove past all these guys because he chose the passenger seat instead of the turret. And a lot happens at this next part. I'll just let it play out.
Installed in the tower atrium. Cat, where are you?
Opening the gates now.
After that, Kat shows back up, as you saw, her just appearing out of the blue. But we're off to go help the rest of the guys who are stuck at the atrium in the tower. Deal with these guys, nothing notable. Then get up here, take care of this elite, and then I have the smartest idea I think I've ever had. So I'll tell you that I knew nothing would happen here, but a small part of me was really hoping something different would take place. Like I'd hit some sweet spot or something. I know. To everybody's surprise, it didn't work. So I pick up a shotgun, and I get to usual, hunter solutions. Quick shout out to the other hunter for blowing up the forklift next to this one. I made the unfortunate mistake right here of assuming that Kat would take care of the other guys over there. She did not. Unfortunately, we come back all the way down here, so we gotta deal with all this again. I realize I can't use it past this part, so why not? Debated if this would actually put him down. Grab a shotgun, come back, try again, and just get my back broke. Get nailed by the same attack I've dodged for 20 years. Me and Kat combine our chakra and we're able to pull this one off, and then we head upstairs.
Where's our orbital support?
After we get out of the elevator, we deal with these dudes in this room right here. Then we head to the atrium to help out the rest of the team. This part was always kind of weird to me because Spartans are supposed to be like the best of the best, and there's like 4 jackals and an elite, and 3 Spartans were held down by them. I can't talk too much though because this happens. After I come back, I'm able to take care of that guy who sniped me with the plasma rifles last time. But don't even worry about that anymore, because what do you do when this happens? I know the logical answer is this, but people aren't always logical. But I am. I come back logical. I think about this. I use the armor lock and I deal with it. Then I pick up the super conveniently placed rocket launcher and I head up to the rooftop to help Emil. Deal with some random stealth elites. Then I try to knock them off the roof because you gotta do it.
Noble team, longswords are inbound and ready to push.
Beautiful, ain't it? Someone should take a picture. Nice work, by the way.
I aim to please.
5, 6, get down to the science wing. Dr. Halsey wants a debrief and command saying we're all hers.
Repeat? Sounded like you said Halsey.
I did.
Copy that, on our way. Don't need command to tell me. Been all hers half my life.
I requested your assistance, Commander, and do not need a report on events that occur on my own doorstep. What I do require is a detailed account of your previous engagement. George, it's been too long.
Mom,
What have you done with my armor?
just some additions I've made.
Indeed. Visegrad Relay. Its data center was home to one of my xenoarchaeologists, Professor Laszlo Sorvad. Perhaps you could shed some light on his death.
If he was a civilian male in his mid-60s, he died with a Covenant energy sword through his abdomen.
Elites, then?
They engaged us as well. It was just after we found your scientist's daughter, Mom. She was hiding in the,
Irrelevant. The elites. Tell me more about them.
3, Zealot class. One got by us. The leader, from the looks of him.
Zealots. You're certain?
Their armor configuration matched.
Shield strength, too.
I gave the order not to pursue. Our primary objective was to get the station's relay back online.
Your primary objective? Commander, are you a puppet or a Spartan?
Ma'am?
There are those at ONI, myself included, who believe the Covenant dispatch elite advance teams to hunt down artifacts of value to their religion. Survivor accounts suggests such teams are small, nimble, and almost always Zealot class. No doubt they came to the station for the abundance of ONI excavation data stored there. And you let them get away.
Data retrieval was not a command directive. Even had we known, we had other more urgent matters to attend to.
Like warning the planet.
Professor Sorvad's final entry in his field notes made reference to a latchkey discovery. Latchkey. Not a word he would use lightly. So let's hope that the data module your Lieutenant Commander stole contains it.
Cat?
Before you ask, I was alerted the moment you attempted to access its contents, as I am with any unauthorized tap. That data is classified Tier 1. I could send you to the brig for interfering with my work.
Maybe you'd like to join her.
I'm sorry?
We're currently under emergency planetary directive, winter contingency. I'm sure you're familiar with the punishment for civilian interference with the Spartan deployment.
Are you threatening me, Commander?
Just making a reading suggestion, ma'am. Let's move, noble team.
Mom?
That will be all, George.
I realize that I never really explained how I'm judging these missions, which it's more based off of an overarching narrative stance. Like, if we were to subtract this mission from the campaign, would we be confused later on, or are there crucial story elements involved in it that we need to know? I don't really think so with this mission, outside of that final cutscene with Halsey, and just basically establishing the sword base as a place so that we're not surprised when we show back up later. I don't really think there's a whole lot going on here. And that's not to say that this is a bad mission. I don't really think Halo Reach has bad missions, to be honest. Halo Reach, I think, has a really solid campaign. Like, the storytelling is really good through it. So it's really not a bad thing. As for difficulty, I think I just did a lot of dumb shit over and over and over again. Like, had I played my cards a little bit better, I feel like it would have played out a lot nicer for me. I think I ended with, what, like 26 deaths? That probably wouldn't have happened if I didn't let everybody else drive me around so many times. But I'm really not that good, so maybe not, I don't know. But the real question is, why is Halsey acting so pissed off right here? Like, we didn't just bring her this data she never would have gotten otherwise. Like, she's acting like we robbed her scientist at gunpoint, not pulled this USB off of his corpse because it never would have gotten there without us, and that she would rather it be with these guys instead of us just delivering it to her for free. Like, you got it, dude. Chill. And she gets on Kat's ass for trying to access this supposedly restricted data right after she says to Carter, "Oh, are you a puppet or a Spartan?" Like, what the hell, man? And she abducts kids. What the fuck is going on, dude? The June mission. So the start of the mission is cool, but it's quiet for like almost a minute. So I'm gonna pick up my cat and see if he makes any sounds. This scene is put together pretty cool, though. It's like we're being followed by a cameraman. It like moves like it's walking, like it's not a still frame. Like for this mission, they sent June, Noble 6, and just a sneaky marketing guy.
Recon Team Bravo reporting in. 3 and 6 in position. It's starting to get crowded up here, Cat.
Then we're closing in. Report to any Covenant structures or devices. Direct action may be necessary.
Copy that. When Cat runs an op, direct action is always necessary. Here, you may need these. High velocity, armor piercing. They'll take the hat off an elite at 2,000 yards. And they ain't cheap. be in touch.
Recon Bravo. The sector ahead is dark to electronic surveillance.
Covenant can block our instruments?
So it would seem. And Command wants to know what they're hiding.
Elite, it is yours. Do it.
So these guys are easy, you know, just smack them. But then I started thinking about what June said earlier.
High velocity, armor piercing. They'll take the hat off an elite at 2,000 yards.
And I do not believe that. We've already used the sniper, and it didn't work too well. But I really want to believe him. So I walk into this fight optimistic, and then it goes like that. And I just, immediately I realize that the rest of this mission's probably gonna suck. Because so much of it revolves around using the sniper, and if I have to land 2 or 3 hits every single time I fight an elite, nobody's gonna have fun with that. So after finishing up with those guys, I realized June's just been standing here not doing anything. He didn't even have his gun raised.
You need something?
You to do something, bud.
We have eyes on multiple hostiles patrolling a settlement. This what we're looking for, Cat?
Negative. Too small. You're not in the dark zone yet. Engage at your own discretion, but keep moving.
Already engaged.
So it went perfectly with those guys, and then you got this bastard down here who just keeps eating bullets. To be exact, 5. He takes 5 bullets. I use 6 because I miss one, because I kind of blow. But he takes 5 rounds to go down, dude. Then I find this guy over here. I think they're called Bobs. And he just gets vaporized by that forklift, dude. I don't even know where he went. But a new challenger approaches, the focus rifle. Only contested by the concussion rifle to be the most annoying gun in the game. But holy hell, man, this thing just shreds through your shields. But more annoying than that, and I know it's not just the focus rifle that does it, but how quickly you get knocked out of your zoom. Like, by the time you realize where they're even at, you just get kicked out of your scope, dude. You don't even get a chance to shoot back. After that, I was using any tactic. Did you know that if you shoot an elite's gun, they'll die? At least one of us is trying to complete the mission. I'm over here fighting for my life, and guess who's just standing there? I'm gonna blame June here because he didn't even lift his gun until right now, but they are on top of us. It has shifted from sniping to close range combat, and I am confidently saying it's his fault because he didn't even try to keep them away from us. He just stood there. One good thing did come from this, though. We got to see the Grunt space program launch, so that's always a good time. After we were finished getting heckled by those weirdos, there was only like 2 grunts left wandering around, so we're finally able to move on to the next part of the mission. So again, logically, I decided to shoot at this guy through this gate. I wasn't sure it was going to work, but it did. It still took 3 shots, but it worked. And I can't tell if I missed the 3rd one with this guy, but either way, it takes 4 shots. Check it out, though. I even got a medal. So masterfully snipe this elite, take out a few grunts, take out a few more grunts, head on upstairs to get this turret grunt, and then this random jackal just wandering around alone over there. And then we go visit Kangaroo Jack and his friend Kangaroo Jack. So I just hop on top of this rock because I don't want to get eaten or punted into the atmosphere. Shout out to whatever grunt dealt with that second one in the back before we even got here, though. That's impressive. I sped this part up. It really just wanted to get me. It never went over to June, though. I wanted to see how long it would just stand here trying to, like, not even really get me. It's just kind of looking at me.
Affirmative, Recon Bravo. It's an indigenous creature called Guta.
I don't know if this is bad to say or if it like violates some convention, but why don't we just take like 15, 20 Guta and just drop them inside a Covenant ship and just let them do their thing for a while? Or if we just pulled up with a few of them outside of Sword Base Like, that's gotta be effective. Check out Kat and June's conversation right here.
We're at some sort of pump station. Not eyes on civilians. I'm thinking more local militia. They're engaged hostiles.
Move to assist. They may have intel we need.
You heard us, Six. Keep those civilians alive.
Give us a hand! Bastards just keep coming!
So now for the second time in 3 levels, June is only going to help other humans survive the alien onslaught because he was told to. If Halsey was going to land at anybody, it should have been June. After all that, we have not 1, not 2, but 3 survivors left. That is unheard of for me. I'm used to having maybe 1, but on Legendary, 3 of them? Woohoo! Hell yeah!
A little more action than we're used to. You Spartans are good in a fight.
What are you doing here? Whole area is supposed to be evacuated.
Didn't like leaving it to someone else to protect our home, so we came back. For this. We have them hidden all over the territory.
You know, this stuff is stolen.
What, you gonna arrest me?
No. I'm gonna steal it back.
So I run to grab a med kit, and then we're off to the races, baby. Alright, so if anybody started watching this video, and especially if anybody is still watching this far into it, I gotta come clean real quick. I did play this one time before I recorded the gameplay for this video, and this was one of the 3 hardest parts throughout the entire campaign for me. Somehow this time, I managed to not die at all. The first time I played back through this, I died at least 20 times in this one scene alone. So I'm gonna let it play out at super speed because my happiness depends on you guys not thinking I suck at Halo Reach. This part is killing me right now. The audio messed up, but I didn't notice until I heard the farmer guy talk, and I just kept going back to listen to what June was saying because it sounds like he's just speaking nonsense.
We use the red to smuggle rations, weapons.
Basically anything the UNSC considers contraband.
Basically.
Show us. There's the riverbed, Six. Let's see where it goes. Where does this riverbed lead?
Straight to the hydro plant. We dammed this river up 45 years ago. Plant powers every settlement in the territory. Shame if it all gets wasted.
Doing what we can. Hold up. Copy dropship. Take cover. Okay, clear. Let's move. Kat, are you seeing this? Covenant structure. Kind of a big pylon. Heavily fortified.
That's the source of our dark zone.
Kat's so dumb. It's all a dark zone. It's literally nighttime.
Negative. Stick a remote dead charge on it. Command is planning something big. They say that pylon died at dawn.
Before they're even done talking, I just start beating these guys up. Basically, Kat's just saying that Command has bigger plans for this pylon than just blowing it up right now, so we gotta stick a remote detonation charge in there. I know what you're still thinking. Things are going well. A little too well. I hope you don't blow up. But after some back and forth with that guy, I blow up. So we come back and this elite just has mad precog, I guess. Dude just sidesteps. What the hell is that? It ain't pretty, but eventually we get the guy. I cut out the part with you running around just taking care of random grunts and jackals, but now we're getting to the good stuff. Like a phantom turret making me hit a spin move. Sneak attack. Just kind of getting jumped. I got distracted right here though. This elite is dead, but like has a grunt head. It almost killed me staring at it. I went back for seconds, dude. But now I'm coming back with logic. Aim for the forklift between the hunters for extra damage. Hit him again. Then I grab a shotgun and grab this plasma launcher thing. Then grab the shotgun because a lizard thing's walking. Then I just keep hailing down these balls on those hunters. I just keep shooting at these hunters. June finishes planting his bomb.
Alright, keep pushing into the dark zone. Command wants to know what the Covenant are hiding.
There's a gate to the southeast of the hydro plant.
Copy. Uploading security codes to you now.
Okay, got him. Unlocking the gate.
Recon Bravo. We're heading into the dark zone now.
Understood. Phantom, a little too close for comfort.
So I'm recording this before I've watched back through all the footage, but if I remember right, this next part gets like really bad. It just sucks. So before the death montage, I don't know if you guys will agree with this, but I was not having any luck with the needle rifle breaking. I ran out of DMR ammo, June's not helpful, and I panicked. At least after all that, I'm able to get an assassination. That's gotta be worth something, right?
Jackpot. Transmitting visual. You've seen this, Cat?
Confirmed. Receiving Nova 3 and Nova 6 live visual of a Covenant strike force.
It's no strike force. It's an invading army. If we're gonna smother this thing, we need to go in hard and fast.
Agreed. All recon teams disengage and fall back. Sun will be up in a few hours, and it's going to be a very busy day.
Nightfall is honestly really fun. The stealth sniper missions historically are always like fan favorites, so it makes sense. It would be a lot cooler though. Like playing on Legendary when the sniper is just not nearly as effective as it normally is kind of kills the vibe a little bit. And then this part toward the end, which again, if you're playing on Legendary, you kind of sign up for it. It's not supposed to be easy, but checkpoints, dude. There's like no checkpoints in this final part, but so much happens in such a tight spot where if you make it like all the way to the end and then die, there's a good chance that you're gonna have to restart this entire portion of the mission. And if you do get a checkpoint, it's probably still gonna be really far back from where you did die. Now, for the story, the Covenant aren't dumb, and I'm gonna assume they don't think we're that dumb. And they know that this structure causes it to be a dark zone, and I'm assuming that they would know that we went there specifically because it is a dark zone. So the fact that the structure that is causing it to be a dark zone, which is the entire reason we went in there, is still standing, I feel it should be mildly concerning to them. Like they should almost know something is up, like specifically check it to make sure we didn't plant a bomb in it. Like we took out a group of hunters, countless elites, countless grunts and jackals. They sent so many people to stop us from being there, and then we just leave it? Are they satisfied with that? Like that's gotta raise some questions, right? I guess not. Let's see what Command's big plan is.
It appears that Noble Team's discovery last night was not an anomaly. Large Covenant deployments have occurred undetected, and we are now under attack across the Vieri territory, including orbital defenses. As per the winter contingency, we are countering on every front. Noble's reconnaissance has also identified sophisticated Covenant army hiding canopies, and has pinpointed what's believed to be a landing zone for additional Covenant forces, the origin of which is yet to be determined.
That landing zone has been tagged by UNSC Command as a priority 1 target. That charge link is loud and clear.
Copy that. Acquiring signal lock on the pylon. Detonating in 3, 2.
Incoming!
Might want to hold on to something. Six! Can you hear me? Six, you alright? I could use some help.
On my way.
Do you remember that old achievement with the Banshees right here?
6, what's your status?
Pylons are down. Pushing up the end.
Yeah, so I pulled that off flawlessly, but things hit the fan so quick.
Cat, 6, what's your status?
So this is a very stupid play by me here, but look how quickly this thing just zones in on me. Left me shaking in my big metal boots behind this
Cat,
tree.
be advised, Pony has ID'd 2 hostile anti-aircraft guns southwest of your location.
Copy, Commander.
New target, Six. Go shut down those AA guns.
I pick up one of these really conveniently placed med kits, and now we're off to get more AA guns because it's a cat mission. What else would we do? I go for the same strategy as Oni sword base, but it actually works this time. Cat is actually driving. And there's no change. It's the same way as we all remember it. Just hitting walls, hitting everything. Can't go straight.
Which would mean a strike by the frigate Grafton is also out of the question.
But that being said, like, this run's not perfect. It doesn't work. But it goes a lot better than I was expecting. I'm watching back through it, and I don't know how this part happened. This is really weird. When did she get there? When did she get out of the Warthog? I would have shown more of this if it worked, but it doesn't. It just comes down to this guy, just this general. And I just take a concussion rifle to the mouth. Then we've got this one. It's going good until it's not. Third try is pretty much the same until we get to this final elite here. This time we're actually able to just hit him. Good old-fashioned splatter. But we drive ourselves into this ghost, so whatever. Now we just gotta slap that shield, toss a grenade, and get out of there. I think I just wasn't aware enough to notice it, but I tried to just get footage of the explosion right here. I never noticed the frigate just pulls up after you take out that gun. That's kind of sweet. Clockwork, though. We find another really conveniently placed medkit and a DMR this time. Hard. Now we're off to get the next gun. Say what you will here, but I just leave this part. I don't want to deal with that rate. 3 minutes probably doesn't seem like a long period of time, but imagine you're watching this scene for 3 minutes straight. Because that's what happened. I sit here for 3 minutes doing this, so That's why it cuts straight to the next part. We really just have to deal with some grunts and jackals getting up here. Nothing much to report, so not much, recording to show. But this execution right here, I didn't think it would work, but I just hop over the fence here and just drop straight down because I'm so antsy to get this zealot right here. Our sworn enemy is right in front of me. And that bastard gets clapped. Then his friend shows up. I thought Cat would have dealt with him back up top, but I guess not. There's a couple grunts just hanging out inside this building, so we deal with them pretty easily. The grunts. Pick up one of those plasma launchers, and then give these grunts the worst and possibly last day of their lives, baby. Get them. We've got another Revenant sitting here, so I hop in that bad boy and just wait for Cat for too long. We cross paths with a couple people along the way, but it's really not worth putting in an hour into the video already. So now we're at the second AA gun, except there's a Wraith here. There wasn't a Wraith in the last one, but you know what I say when I'm confronted with challenges? Let me at them. I'll give them a piece of my mind. I know, that was a good one, right? But they overheard me. Right after that, they gave me a piece of their mind. I didn't want a piece of their mind. If anyone's still watching this far, let me know what happened. We just kind of combust, but I'm not really sure why. I don't think I mentioned it yet, but there's a second Wraith over there. The last 2 times I went over there, I died, so I'm shooting for a different approach now. Yeah. Finally, after multiple shots, we're able to take care of this Wraith. This part's just kind of goofy. The needle rifles are in this crate, but it's rolled over, so I have to like blow it up to knock it to the side so I can pull one out of it. There's a few more Covenant remnants down here we gotta get rid of, but then right before I'm about to head up in there, a hunter walks out. The first one's not bad. I got enough plasma launcher ammo to just bombard him so it works. But for the second one, I only get 1 shot. I only get 1 shot off at it. So I decided to head in close to finish the job, but then something worse than hunters happened. Drones. Dude, drones. Ugh. After the drones are dealt with, we're clear to head back inside the AA gun. And the hunter is just standing there. He's just in like deep thought, I guess. I don't really know. Dude is bugged out, but I'll take it. I head back and pick up my grenade launcher again because I'm out of ammo with this thing. I'm gonna blame Kat for this next part because she hopped in the truck. She kind of condoned me to do this. I thought for some reason it would be really funny if we could just hit his hunter and just run over him. And that works out really well for us. I don't know if you'll find this as funny as I do, and it's probably not as funny as I think it is, but I found the frame right before I died, and it's cracking me up. Look at this. I don't know why, but something about me standing straight up, horizontally, right before I get launched into the sky. Anyways, I still run over him even though he's dead to feel like I did it.
Well done, 6.
Thank you.
Pony needs up-close recon on those spires. We're gonna fly you the rest of the way.
George has a Falcon inbound your position, Lieutenant. Highlighting the LZ now.
Commander, I'm going to set up a forward observation post here.
Copy that. I'm waiting on new intel. See what you can see. Carter out.
Need a lift, Spotted some nasty business in the canyon on the way down.
I'll call out targets as we go.
So the combat Falcon rides are really sweet, but like my only complaint with them, which again, I'm on Legendary, so I signed up for it, but there's no margin for error, and there's nothing you can do about it. Because you're not flying, so you can't choose where you're at. Like, you need to know exactly what to shoot and when if you want to survive. That being said, my first 2 attempts didn't go too well because I didn't focus on what I should have focused on. I was shooting at other random stuff outside of like turrets and raids. Thankfully, by the 3rd time I figured it out.
Stay sharp, 6. We're not under the canyon yet.
Latest intel suggests these spires may be projecting electromagnetic cloaking shields.
Priority 1, pilot. Gotta know what's in there.
Affirmative, sir. Here we go.
We just lost all power. We're going down.
Lock your armor, Spartan!
Brace for a hard landing.
Crew's dead. We shouldn't stay here. I'm showing hostiles all over the place. We gotta move.
Target commander. We've got eyes on the spire. Looks like a staging area.
Copy. We have your visual. God's working the problem. Stand by.
So here we are, inside the shield, broken down Falcon, couple dead Marines, and now all that's left is get up in that spire. They also introduced the jetpack in this part of the mission, which kind of concerns me, because historically Noble 6 doesn't have a very good track record with jetpacks. I skipped over most of that first part. I wish I had more to say about it, but it's really just grunt, jackal, skirmisher, grunt. Just some good old-fashioned Halo. Nothing much to report, you know, make it through there. I did pick up focus rifle. I got a focus rifle.
Frigate Grafton is on station, ready to kill that spire. But first, we need to power down its shield.
Understood. 6. I'll hold these bastards off. You find a way to the top of the spire.
So I found a way to the top of the spire, but watching back through the footage now, I'm realizing that I don't even remember what the bottom of it looks like. Ever since I've learned that you can just take a Banshee, I don't think I've actually gone through the bottom up to the top of the spire. You guys ever realize sometimes Noble Team just leaves their mics on when they're talking shit? Like, hearing George just say, "Not on my planet," randomly, is just such a funny thing to me. It's such a goofy detail. I love it. So I remember this elite just starts going nuts and just whips out a sword. But the hyper-lethal Spartan that I am, I hide outside and I try to bait him out here because there is not a chance that I am running in there to fight in close quarters combat against an elite with a sword while I have a needle rifle.
Get in there. Take out that shield, Lieutenant. Spartan, I'm en route with a Falcon. We'll pick you up as soon as you knock out power to that shield. Hurry, Lieutenant. We got
Get us out of here. Control, this is Noble 1. Spire 1 is green and you're free to engage. Have a nice day.
Copy that, Noble 1. Be advised, all ground units. Frigate 318 Heavy is inbound, and MAC rounds have been authorized.
Mac rounds? In atmosphere?
One way to get their attention. Hang on to your teeth, people.
No, somebody tell me this ain't happening.
UNSC Frigate Grafton, do you copy?
Grafton is dust. We need to get out of here now.
Alright, so the gameplay and difficulty, difficulty-wise, not super bad. Gameplay, all over the place. I love it. You got tons of vehicle stuff, you got on-foot stuff, you even get to fly if you want to. My only complaint, which kind of plays into the difficulty, is the vehicles just do not protect you. If you are going up against another vehicle, you better not get touched. Because if you get hit once, you are done. And then even against like just regular Covenant, you might as well not be in a vehicle because they're gonna fry you. Now, as far as the story goes, I really didn't think I would have as much to say as it turns out I do. But that being said, let's just start at the beginning here. Let's just start at the beginning. What is this? So even now, sitting here in my 20s, I couldn't tell you what the plan was. Because as far as I'm concerned, and I think all they say, if I miss something, please let me know. But I don't think I did. That thing just shuts down communications. That thing just like blocks comms, right? We are looking at the Covenant. They are right there. What is the point? Like, this isn't a surprise. That thing's not hooked up to shielding. That thing isn't a staging ground for troops. What is the point of this? What is the difference between doing this right now and letting me and June just blow it up last night? Now again, I could be wrong, but George is only in this game, so I'm just gonna take this game for what it's worth. I'm sure there's more in like books or something, but knowing what we know about George, why would he do this?
Latest intel suggests these spires may be projecting electromagnetic cloaking shields.
Priority 1, pilot. Gotta know what's in there.
Affirmative, sir. Here we go.
Crew's dead. We shouldn't stay here.
So I'm no scholar, I'm no scientist, but even I could tell you that the electromagnetic shield was going to stop the Falcon from flying. But the fact that George had these 3 random regular guys fly straight through it is so uncharacteristic to me. He is a Spartan 2. His whole life, he has been learning about this stuff and training for it. He should know what that would do. And I know, but we had to get in there. We had to get in there, right? But why not down here? Why not just have them drop us off down here? Or if you're going to fly through it low enough where we don't need to lock our armor to survive. If we've got to lock our armor to survive, what's going to happen to, like, regular guys? They die. The crew dies. That's what happens. It's so weird. George, of all people. Like, maybe Emil or someone I could see. But George? Super small one to end on. But, you know, that's some damn good cloaking from the Covenant right there. The fact that nobody ran into them either, very impressive. Nice one. Alright, the one where we go to space.
Our foe is more devious than we imagined. That spire was indeed a teleporter to a cloaked Covenant supercarrier, a grave threat. Thankfully, help is imminent. 60% of the UNSC fleet is en route to Reach from existing deployments. The first battle group should arrive within 48 hours.
48 hours?
That's imminent?
Uh-oh. Who's your money on this time?
Her.
You always pick her.
She's always had him dialed in.
That thing's crushing us and we're waiting for backup. They'll be backing up a graveyard.
All our nukes are either out system or went down with the ships that carried them. You're preaching to the converted.
How converted?
I know that look, Cat.
You can say no.
No.
You don't even want to hear it?
Fine, I'll hear it.
Remember that accident a couple years back? Colony ship en route to Cygnus, 700 dead.
Vaguely a slip space drive malfunction, right?
Actually, it worked fine. The drive was mounted improperly after a service haul-out. When it fired, it teleported half the ship to oblivion.
This is relevant. How?
A certain Covenant supercarrier could, with some assistance, suffer the same unfortunate accident.
Even for you, Cat, that's
Inspired?
not the word I would use.
What's going on?
Go ahead. Explain.
May I?
Don't cut yourself.
Objective: destroy Covenant carrier in geosynchronous orbit above us.
This sanctioned, sir.
What do you think?
Method: a slip space drive in lieu of the nukes we don't have. Delivery system: us. Solvable? Getting us up there. That and getting our hands on a slip space drive. Thank you for sharing.
So, all we need is orbit-capable transport and the single most expensive piece of equipment made by man.
As a soldier in the field, I couldn't possibly have access to those kinds of resources. That said, a good place to look might be, I don't know, the nearest non-existent launch site in the non-existent Saber program dismissed by 3 administrations as preposterous rumor, and in which our newest member was certainly never a pilot.
You're scary. You know that.
All we need is a green light from Holland.
Good luck with that.
You're the one asking him.
Well, there's no way in hell he's gonna go for this.
Bit of a hike to the launch facility.
Any closer is too hot to land.
Copy that, Commander.
Move up the beach, Noble.
Clearly, Colonel Holland does sign off on the plan, so now we're, doing the Silent Cartographer Part 1 or 2, depending how you look at it. That'll depend how you decide to look at it. That said, we really just kind of fight some aliens on the beach. But what would it be if you don't get the soul kicked out of your body? Because that's exactly what happens to me. Trying again, it goes about the same, but at least I didn't get kicked this time. Coming back, we make it past those first guys, so now we're actually moving up the beach. And you know what that means? We're moving up the beach. After all of the weirdos on the beach were taken care of, I decided to go down here and deal with this wraith. Super inconsequential, just kind of wasting time, but why not, right? Thankfully, we make it inside just in time to see this Marine get absolutely ragdolled off the ceiling. So naturally, we gotta take care of that elite that's just like throwing people around. After avenging that guy, I stumbled across a shotgun, and that's really good because this thing comes in handy a lot here in a little while.
George, 6, get to the Saber before the Covenant wreck it.
What about you and Cat?
June's on his way with a Falcon. We'll exfil after you launch. Move.
You heard him, 6. Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Launch team, Saber is prepped and ready for launch.
So now we're hopping into what they call a Saber, but I call it a bad time. I call it a really bad time.
Stage engine burn nominal.
Separation in 3, 2, 1. Stage separation. Second stage ignition confirmed.
Noble Actual to Saber Bravo 029er. Over.
Copy actual. Colonel Holland.
Affirmative, Noble 5. Welcome to Operation Uppercut. I'll be your control from here on out.
Understood, Colonel.
Noble 6, these sabers have been customized for orbital defense. You may need to get reacquainted.
Now, if that doesn't sum up exactly how this is going to go, I don't know what does. That is a better way to describe this part of the game than anything I could purposefully do.
Understood, Colonel.
Noble 6, these sabers have been customized for orbital defense. You may need to get reacquainted. Rendezvous at Anchor 9 with Frigate Savannah and the other sabers as soon as you're ready. Holland out.
Anchor 9 to all UNSC ships. Station defenses are down. Requesting combat support until we can bring them back online.
Here we go, 6. Show them what you can do.
So initially, it's not too bad. The Banshees are pretty simple to deal with, and then the Seraphs show up. And once they show up, I start freaking out a little. So I realized from my last time playing through this that a fantastic strategy is to hide behind the station itself and just kind of snipe people from back there. So that's what I did for a while. And I skipped ahead like 10 minutes here because it's really not fun to watch. It's me playing it, and I'm not even having fun watching through it. So I'm saving you guys from that. And I know what you're gonna say. Wow, you're so good. No deaths at this part. That's incredible. No. This is the worst part. This is the worst part for me. When I played through this game before making the video, like a month or two prior, I had like 35, 40 deaths from this part alone. That's why I had to resort to just hiding back here. Normally, I am not a fan of these like cheap tactics like this, but there is no other way for me to do it. So after another couple minutes of dragging my feet and hiding behind everybody else, because I'm a hyper-lethal Spartan, we get the only good news we get the whole mission, and that's that we can land.
Anchor 9er to UNSC ships. All targets neutralized. Bravo 029er, you are clear to dock. Activating marker.
I'm out here, 6.
Warning. M-Spec reentry pack disengaged.
I need your override.
Warning. M-Spec reentry. Cockpit depressurization complete. Canopy release lever armed.
Max Sabadov-Siba.
Noble 5, please repeat.
Pull up surface grid 19 by 22.
Gladly. Only Sword Base, Sector 18G.
Thermal enhance.
Noble 5, your pulse is elevated. There is nothing you can do for Dr. Halsey and the others inside Sword Base. The mathematics are determinate. Noble 5?
I know.
Bravo 29er, you're cleared to re-engage thrusters. Noble 6, this is Holland.
Go ahead, Colonel.
We've flagged a Corvette-class vessel on the predicted docking track with our target. Get our makeshift bomb on that Corvette, and we have our delivery system. Noble 5 will escort the bomb. I need your Saber team to clear the way for boarding.
Understood, Colonel.
As she's already donated her slip space drive to the cause, Savannah will be joining you to provide local fire support. UNSC Savannah. Our wings may be clipped, but we've got your back. I've stuck my neck out for Noble on this one, Lieutenant.
We'll get it done, Colonel. 6 out.
Target corvette sighted within visual range of nav beacon RA-15.
We have visual. Target confirmed.
And just when you think it's all over, it's not. You gotta keep going. You're not done yet. You're still flying. And if that ain't the second worst thing you've ever heard playing this mission. Anyways, we're back, and I'm not hiding behind anything, so it doesn't go any better than you think it would.
Agreed. Saber teams, clear a path to that Corvette.
Coming back, my new plan is to get to the other side of the ship and try and use that as a shield, but no, I get sandwiched between that and an invisible wall, and just end up blowing up.
Solid copy. We are currently jamming the Corvette's comms.
I fly like straight into missiles and stuff. Great idea. I come back with a vengeance, though. I'm able to get exactly where I need to be. Hiding and right under their nose. They'll never suspect me down here. It's perfect. I trimmed it again because I don't think anybody wants to watch me cower underneath that ship for almost 5 minutes. I don't want to watch it, so I'm gonna assume nobody else does either. And ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to an end of playing Starfield. I'm finally able to be the landlubber that I am again.
Scans indicate a structural weakness surrounding a platform on top of the vessel.
Noble 6, set down immediately on that Corvette's topside landing pad. Noble 6, the Savannah's countermeasures won't work forever. Find a way inside and permanently disable that cruiser's communications. As soon as we're sure the Corvette can't squawk, we'll initiate Uppercut Phase 2.
None of this is my best showing, so let's just go rapid fire and forget it happened. Yeah, I know. I kept complaining about being in the Saber. I kept complaining about it. Here I am, first room after I get out, I double my deaths. I double them. I should have just stayed in the Saber. This isn't the worst part, though. It's not even done. I have more deaths in this room. But this is responsible for a few of them. What is wrong here? What's fishy about this? Because this is responsible for some of it. I got a checkpoint as I was dying. And I'm trapped in space with this guy. That never ends well. So I get smoked a few more times trying to escape limbo. Realized that joke would have been a lot funnier like 4 years ago. And then we're finally able to carry on with a solid 15 deaths.
Copy that. Halting countermeasures, diverting all power and personnel to weapons.
All right, Noble. Let's get that slip space bomb on board. 6, head for the hangar.
Colonel, on our way to the hangar.
Noble 5, meet him there.
Affirmative. On approach.
When I show up to try and clear out the hangar for George, I'm met by probably the worst thing in this game to me, the focus rifle. I can't deal with those things. So I just kind of hang back for a little while, and then I find myself in one of those classic situations. You remember this? You remember these moments? I thought about just keeping this one out of the video, but I want us to have a relationship built on trust. So you have to see me die to 2 grunts. It's necessary. Now here is the focus rifle, prime example of it making me reassess even doing this. This is always an unfortunate situation that I find myself in way too often. I just run out of DMR ammo somewhere where I can't get any more. I noticed that needle rifle right there, and now I just can't find it. It's nowhere. So I'm stuck with the plasma repeater. I don't know what to do with this thing. This thing doesn't really do much. But you know, ninja are those who endure. So I figure it out and pick up a fuel rod gun. So I didn't really endure. I just kind of ran from my problems, I guess. So by this point, I'm starting to think that George might need to just figure this one out on his own. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull it off. I'm stuck an entire hangar away from that guy with a focus rifle with 2 rounds from this thing and a shotgun. He threw me a bone, though. He just hopped in front of those last ones.
6, go for those shield controls. I need in.
Now I get this overwhelming thought of, if you can't beat them, join them. I will make them hate this weapon more than I do. I will be the demon if I need to.
Keg is aboard, Colonel.
Copy that. 6, get your fire team to the bridge. The Corvette's refueling run with the supercarrier will have to be initiated manually.
Yes, sir.
5, stay with the bomb and discourage the curious.
My pleasure. Hear that, Lieutenant? I'll be all by my lonesome back here. Make it quick, would you?
Noble 6, get that Corvette moving toward the supercarrier.
Then I started thinking, though, I said, you know what goes better with a demon than a focus rifle? A demonar. A DMR. Yeah. But I guess I was feeling too much like a demon, because I just ran up in there. That didn't work the way I wanted. Not even close. When we got back, I just hid behind all the other Marines because that punch really knocked the confidence out of me. So I just hide behind these guys, but eventually we pulled through.
Savannah to Holland, sustaining major structural damage. We need to break off, Colonel. Copy, Savannah. Our team is in. Disengage. Break off! Break off! Hull breach! Reactors flaring! Damn it, I'm losing her! We're clear. Savannah actual. Can you hear me?
Frigate's gone, 6. Nothing we could do.
Noble, you're in deep with no cover. Get that Corvette moving and get the hell out of there.
I skipped ahead quite a bit because we're already at like an hour and 40 minutes. So if anybody's still watching right now, thank you. I appreciate it. The videos will get better. I swear. Anyways, if it seems like I go back and forth on the concussion rifle and the focus rifle on which one's worse, it's because I do. This is why I hate the concussion rifle. That thing sucks. I hate it. We evolve, we come back, and we solve the problem. They don't call me Vengeance for nothing.
Well done, Noble 6. Uppercut initiated. Corvette is underway.
6, our ride out of here is taking heavy fire. Get back to the hangar.
Alright, good news, we deal with those guys without a problem. But the bad news is that there was a problem. I ran out of DMR ammo, and I had to pick up an assault rifle. And, you know, when you have an assault rifle, things like this happen. And there's a lot of that right here. Yeah, I know, I didn't even have the assault rifle out, and I'm blaming it. Yeah. Yeah, I know. What am I supposed to blame, the shotgun? What else would I want right here, other than a DMR? Then I get this guy, and then I'm like, hey, what if I become the demon again? Will that work? No, he punched through all my shields and my last bit of health. I skipped it because if you're still here, you don't deserve to have your time wasted. But I picked up a concussion rifle as soon as I came out of the room, and then wasted all the ammo, and then I picked up a needler. And if you're wondering if it works, no. I didn't bother showing it because it's just me hiding around corners and shooting elites with a shotgun, but we make it past it, so we're finally able to get back toward George. So we get a needle rifle, and then, as you've got to do at this part, you got to get on top of the Pelican. So naturally, I just hop up here, and we just try and take care of all these aliens coming at us. I wish I had more to say. Like, nothing super interesting really happened. We just kind of hung out in here for a while, and then we finished.
There's no way back up to the Sabres. Noble 6, form up on me.
Distance is closing on this vessel's refueling track with the Covenant supercarrier. 76 seconds to endpoint.
So, it's gonna be like that. Well, I got good news and bad news. This bird took some fire and our thruster gimbal is toast, which means the only way off this slag heap is gravity.
And the good news?
That was the good news.
At current velocity, 53 seconds to endpoint.
Yeah. Bad news is, time is fried. I'm gonna have to fire it manually.
That's a one-way trip.
We all make it sooner or later. Better get going, 6. They're gonna need you down there. Listen, Reach has been good to me. Time has come to return the favor. Don't deny me this. Tell him to make it count.
Slip space rupture detected.
Gamma station control, reading multiple pings below the orbital defense
Slip
grid.
space rupture detected.
Yeah, we're picking up anomalies too. Are you reading
Slip
it?
space rupture
Multiple
detected.
covenant signatures.
Slip space rupture detected.
They're everywhere.
Slip space
Yeah,
rupture
must be
detected.
the whole damn covenant.
Slip space rupture detected.
If you remember me saying the second worst news we learned through the mission, it's because that's the worst news we learned, that George is allegedly dead. But if there's anything I've learned through, like, I don't know, Walking Dead, anime, like whatever, never assume somebody's dead unless you get a body. And I never saw a body. I don't know if there'd be a body left, but I never saw a body. Okay, now for the gameplay, difficulty-wise, for the Saber, it is insane. It is insane. Because you can't really, like, hide behind anything unless you do what I did. But, like, if you're out there, like, you can't dodge. Your shields just get eaten through. Like, there is no way. Story-wise, I think this mission is almost flawless, to be honest. It is halfway through the campaign, and it is the switch that gets flipped between the hopeful and cool and the depressing and just, like, sorrowful sides of the campaign. Like, George's death, and then it looks positive, like, you blow up this carrier, and then, like, 10 more immediately just show up. This is more of just an observation than a critique, but I never really noticed that George's AI doesn't understand the native language of Reach.
Noble 5, please repeat.
And that's fine, but it immediately understands exactly why his heart rate is elevated when he's looking towards Sword Base.
Only Sword Base, Sector 18G.
Thermal enhance.
Noble 5, your pulse is elevated. There is nothing you can do for Dr. Halsey and the others inside Sword Base. The mathematics are determinate. Noble 5?
Great mission, though. I really can't wait to see where the story goes in Halo Reach 2. So if you guys want to see where the sequel goes, make sure you subscribe, because that'll be out hopefully soon. On a real note, though, I played through the entire campaign before editing this video, and editing this has been a nightmare. Not only do I really not know what I'm doing, I'm trying to go through, like, 6 missions here? All at once? This sucks. This is my, second time trying to start editing this because it keeps deleting it, or it gets, moved somewhere. I don't know. But, this sucks. Editing all of these at once is terrible. So hopefully that won't happen again. But if anybody's still watching, hopefully I see you next time. Thanks for watching this far.